Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Brother Marines, Brother Marines, Brother Marah, we are back again tonight, today, tomorrow, to yesterday. We are back again. And you know, we don't normally get into this, but you know, maybe tonight's the night. Maybe tonight's the night. Well, we got Curry in the chat, but YouTube says Curry doesn't exist. So I can't recognize Curry until YouTube says that there's a person there. Sorry, Curry. You're not a person because Yu-Gi-Oh says you're not one. Sorry, Yu-Gi-Oh, but you are now part of Alphabet. So, lots of stuff happening today. Well, today. Lots of stuff happening. Lots of interesting stuff. And stuff that I don't want to not talk about. It's been a while since I've done something like this, but, you know, I'm going to do it. I'm going to say my mind. I'm going to speak my piece. I'm going to say it in the most based way possible, because that just, all that means is just being true to yourself. Of course, there's people who will say it means left wing, it means right wing, it means Nazism, and it's like, fuck off. Alright. YouTube's weird. YouTube is weird. But here, I can prove it to you. I can prove it to you. Look. There you go. There you go, Curry. I can prove it to you. When I say that YouTube tells me there's nobody there, I'm not just saying it. I'm being serious. YouTube tells me that you don't exist. So, what do we got? Well, we're going to go into the world of YouTube here. Not for magic, not for Star Trek, not for whores. I mean, we could probably check out the Whatever podcast. Why not? Why can't we? Why not? Look, oh!
But it doesn't.
Of course, it
doesn't
does
equate
matter.
the same. And no, because the women were still very much a part of it.
It doesn't. Wait, this is so incoherent.
It isn't at all. The women were the ones transporting the guns.
Damn!
Oh my God, transporting the guns.
Are you joking? Do you know how,
Damn!
do you know how harmful Ireland was back in that time to even
Yeah,
be
it
caught
was
with
dangerous.
a gun? You're getting
so
beat up.
dangerous.
You're getting raped
It doesn't
straight
matter.
away.
It doesn't matter. The men were the primary victims of war.
There's so many wars in the world.
No, there's struggle
Let me
everywhere,
ask you
of
this.
course.
Oh, I muted myself? Okay. Who are the primary victims of war? Who are the primary victims of war? Oftentimes on the Whatever podcast, the guests, these women that will have in, will say that women, of course, are the primary victims of war. If the men all go off to war, the women have to stay and fend for themselves. And if the men don't come back from war, then they have the survivor's guilt. They survive. And the men die. And that's why the men dying makes the women the primary victims of war. Primary victims of war. So, that's Whatever podcast.
Like one of them to die, not one, no.
So zero. Okay,
And that's
so
also
now
such a ridiculous question
it's
to
not
ask.
ridiculous
You're like,
because
oh,
it's
would
a-
you like to get raped or do you want 10 men
That's
to
not
die?
the-
That's
not
such a
really the
ridiculous question.
The question was, how many men would you allow to die to prevent one rape? Now we've created a value judgment in terms of harm or suffering. So the reality is, and also, by the way, in wartime, even if we can acknowledge that thousands, tens of thousands, even maybe you might even say sometimes in some of these conflicts, hundreds of thousands of women are raped. If I can
Wow.
present to you
Well,
a
these
war
guys are
where-
going to be going on
Yes,
for hours. We can come back to that later. See, what I want to talk about is Prime Minister Mark Carney mentioning that we're going to be going into the New World Order. See, this is what I want to talk about. Mark Carney.
It seems that every day we're reminded that we live in an era of great power rivalry, that the rules-based order is fading, that the strong can do what they can.
Are you ready for the
and
New
weak
World
must
Order?
suffer
Jesus, Curry.
what they must. And this aphorism of Thucydides is presented as inevitable, as the natural logic of international relations reasserting itself. And faced with this logic, there is a strong tendency for countries to go along to get along, to accommodate, to avoid trouble, to hope that compliance will buy safety. Well, it won't. Let me be direct. We are in the midst of a rupture, not a transition.
Carney isn't the one who
Over
is
the
starting
past
this
2
New World
decades,
Order.
a
It's more
series of
powerful ones.
crises
He's
in
just calling it out
finance,
for what it
health,
is.
energy and geopolitics.
Oh, you're not.
have
I'm
laid
not
bare
saying
the risks of
he's the
extreme global
mastermind of
integration.
any of this,
But more
but
recently,
it's
great
something you
powers
don't
have
hear.
begun
You
using
don't hear
economic
very often,
integration
right?
as weapons.
And when you hear it,
Tariffs as
it's
leverage,
deafening.
financial infrastructure as coercion, supply chains as vulnerabilities to be exploited. On Arctic sovereignty, we stand firmly with Greenland and Denmark and
See,
fully
this is
support
cutting out
their
parts.
unique
Are they going to
right
cut
to
out the part
determine
where he says
Greenland's
New World
future.
Order?
Our commitment to NATO's Article 5 is unwavering. So we're working with our NATO allies, including the Nordic-Baltic Gate, to further secure the alliance's northern and western flanks, including through Canada's unprecedented investments in over-the-horizon radar, in submarines, in aircraft, and boots on the ground.
Wow.
Boots on the ice. Canada
Well
strongly
done.
opposes tariffs
Well
over
done.
Greenland
Boots on
and
the
calls
ice.
for
I wonder if
focused
that
talks
was
to achieve
I wonder if that was
our
like
shared
specifically
objectives
about
of
ice in
security and
America.
prosperity
We'll
in
get
the
to
Arctic.
that too.
Argue the middle powers must act together because if we're not at the table, we're on the menu. But I'd also say that great powers can afford for now to go it alone. They have the market size, the military capacity, and the
Is this even
leverage
the
to
right
dictate
video?
terms. Middle powers do not. But when we only negotiate bilaterally with a hegemon, we negotiate from weakness. We accept what's offered. We compete with each other to be the most accommodating. This is not sovereignty. It's the performance of sovereignty while accepting subordination.
Wikipedia. The New World Order is a term often used in conspiracy theories which speculate about a secretly emerging totalitarian world government. Now, technically, I have to ask, technically, in this video, I don't think we ever heard him say New World Order or Old World Order, as it's even putting here in the title. Both of those were absent from this footage. Yet, somehow, New World Order is smacked right on here. Okay, all right. Now, okay, can we find it? Can we find it, please? New World Order. Say it. Say the thing. Say the thing, Carney. Dance, monkey. Say the thing. Is it going to be here?
We know the old order is not coming back. We shouldn't mourn it. Nostalgia is not a strategy. But we believe that from the fracture, we can build something bigger, better, stronger, more just. This is the task of the middle powers. The countries that have the most to lose from a world of fortresses and a most to gain from genuine
He just talks about old
cooperation.
order being dead. Yeah.
The powerful have their power. But we have something too. The capacity to stop pretending, to name reality, to build our strength at home, and to act together. We know the old order is not coming back.
All right, let's go through the history of things here. Of course, you know, you heard it. Is this going to be it? Let's take a look here. Is this going to be it? If I go to the beginning?
Out with the old and in with the new world order? Prime Minister Mark Carney is getting a lot of attention for his recent speech at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. He declared that the old international world order is over, and it's mostly been a mirage all along. I'm Nicole Huck, and today on Blue Sky...
Now, where is it? Because I think I just heard it. Oh, we'll get into that.
Chinese viewers, what did I just say? It's how excited Xi Jinping and the Chinese were.
Is the first visit of a Canadian Prime Minister to China in nearly a decade. The world has changed much since that last visit. And I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the new world order.
Spacebar. We're making deals to set us up to be in a good bargaining position in the world, in the new world order. Okay. There we go. There we go. There is him specifically saying it. Not talking about the old world, not talking about see, there he is. There he is. Those three words. Okay. There we go. Now, Is it uncomfortable when you hear it? Let's see, if we go to New World Order.
Its founders.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
I mean,
When we
is it? I mean, that clearly had like ominous music in the background. But I mean, hearing it, is it any more comfortable hearing it from George Bush back in like the, what was that, like the 80s, than it is hearing it from Mark Carney? Is it any more? Is it any more? Let's see. Isn't there It's everywhere, man. The New World Order. So we got Mark Carney talking about it now.
The integration of national economies into a global economy,
Global economy.
That's here. That's done. And so the question is not whether or not there's going to be a international global economy. There is one. And we're building an inclusive society in which everybody's got a fair shot. That's how we're going to solve these problems. So we're going to keep on pushing hard to shape an international order that works for our people.
How much does America want to invest around the world? We're seeing a new world order now being built, a post-World War II world order. And I don't think America can retreat from that. I think we have to balance and adapt and adjust to the realities and the currents of this new world order. But
Gotta watch out for this shit, because you know what? It always seems to rear its head. People talk about like, of course, globalists and globalism. And then, of course, a lot of these things are completely dismissed. You know, it's crazy. Crackpot conspiracy theories. How is it a conspiracy theory when they're saying it out loud? Don't you think? When they're saying it out loud. And that they had been for years. New Slathe order? Yeah, sure. So lots of that. But then, let's see. What is this?
Ladies and gentlemen, independent journalist by the name of Cam Higbee
Cam Higbee.
just, I kid you not, infiltrated a left-wing Signal group chat, private group chat, in which members of the far left in the Minneapolis area have been tracking, monitoring, and obstructing federal law enforcement operations during their ongoing deportations. And the amount of information that has just been exposed by nature of infiltrating this far left Signal chat is frankly absolutely astounding. These far left radicals are, one, very organized. It's going to blow your socks off. And two, there's a lot of them. Hundreds, perhaps even thousands. And it's not just random people. It's not just paid protesters, agitators. They are in there. We have the names. But it's also senior ranking members of the Minnesota state government, members of the
Now, I'm not going to sit here and and like lick boots and say, authority always good. You know, I'm not going to do that. I'm not gonna, I wouldn't be like that. I don't think that anyone would expect me to be like that, because that's not generally my way. I have to point out here, though. So, people organizing to deliberately disrupt track, identify, log, and terrorize, I don't know, federal agents, okay? Federal agents. The federal government moving forward and people attempting to disrupt it. Now, what comes to mind is average, regular citizens with the instructions of a political leader being told to disrupt, agitate, etc., to federal government or to government. And we all now know that as January 6th, where democracy was almost destroyed by people being told to go to the Capitol building and to protest, right? So, but now we're going to have people that are logging down, like, license plates, taking pictures, grouping together, organizing to disrupt, track, chase down, shut down federal activities. And I'm sure it's totally not an insurrection. Right?
Aggressive left. We're going to talk about that also. That's right. They all got exposed. And by the way, right now, this is pretty much the biggest news story in the entire nation. Elon Musk himself earlier this morning has been working overtime.
We'll get into ICE later. We'll get into that later.
And numerous members of the Trump administration itself are now digging into all of this information right now as well. So,
for a second, I thought I was going to ask, does he have a real fireplace? But then I realized when I saw this, and I realized no, it's just a TV playing the fucking Yule log.
Today, what we're going to do, folks, is go over all of this information.
I don't know if it's just
me.
Doing an Yule log shit. That's so fucking tacky.
So bear with me, everybody. Put on your seatbelt to really get a better understanding of what is going on here. Now, like I said, this is independent journalist Cam Higby.
Doesn't an insurrection involve violence?
He infiltrated the Signal chat. Take a look at this. He says, I have infiltrated organizational
That may be so. We'll see.
Signal chat groups all around Minneapolis who have the sole intention of tracking down federal agents and impeding assault.
This Cam Higby guy, I think he's really good. I've seen him, like, he's like a boots on the ground independent journalist that goes right into the thick of things. He often, like, puts himself into potentially very dangerous situations by, he's got his own political opinions one way or the other, and he puts himself right into these camps of people. Right? Like, he's talking to people right-wing, talking to people left-wing, and people who disagree with him. And he's been attacked, actually. I don't think it wasn't quite, like Bike Lock guy, the guy that came up with, like, one of those bike locks and then hit him in the head or whatever. Somebody attacked Cam Higby. I can't remember who, but hit him through the helmet. He had a concussion or something. It was real serious. So this guy is really good. He gets right in there.
Assaulting and
I would trust
obstructing
it.
federal law enforcement officers.
Being violent, that's
Buckle
one thing,
up.
but tracking
all
the
of this
feds
is going to be revealed.
isn't
Each
violence,
area
aka
of the
it's not an
city has
insurrection.
a signal or several signal
I would
chats.
agree.
Let's start with a screen recording of all the members of the South Side group chat to kick things off. Take a look at this. Put this up on the big screen. Ladies and gentlemen, all of the names. And this goes on for 30 seconds.
These are all the
Look
names.
Look at this. People are using their real names, first name, oftentimes first name, last name. And now we've got more investigative journalists digging into this, saying, wait a minute, I know that guy. Wait a minute, that guy works here. This is that guy. He works in the school
Curry, was
board.
that your name?
He's a part of city council, whatever, etc. It just goes on and on. There's hundreds, perhaps thousands of them. And this is just one signal chat for one part of the city. This is only one neighborhood of the city. Cam Higby goes on. I have been undercover inside of these group chats for days. You're going to notice emojis next to the people's names. Here's a key for what those emojis mean. The highlighted positions are the most crucial. Most are self-explanatory. Mobile patrols spend their entire shift searching for suspicious ICE vehicles. When they find one, they send it to the group chat so that the plate checkers can compare with their database and see if it's a known federal vehicle or if the patrol can make the confirmation that the database can be updated.
Plate checkers? So, how are they checking plates? Do they have like an Excel sheet and they're typing all of these in and how exactly could just regular citizens, regular people be checking license plates?
So this is shocking, ladies and gentlemen. What this means is that people inside of these far left groups, in these signal group chats, some of them are working inside the government because they have access to license plate databases. Because it begs the question, how...
We don't know that. We don't know that they're in the government and that they have police databases. We don't know that they have. Taking all of this at face value, we don't know that they have any of that. It could just be a bunch of people with an Excel sheet. But I'd be interested to know how they are checking license plates. That raises some concern, don't you think? How are they checking license plates? I mean, there was a lot of raids and looting and stuff of police and destruction of police vehicles in the last few years. Could people have looted a police database? Is it possible? Or a police computer or something? Is it possible that a stolen police computer or device could aid in someone checking license plates?
Exactly are they checking the license plates? They have access to the license plate databases. A random person can't do that. I can't go check some license plate database. They're in the government. They are in the government.
We don't know that they're in the government. We don't know that they're in the government, and we don't know how they are checking people's license plates. Just that they have a category here that says license plate checker. We don't know that. I just want to like devil's advocate a little bit here. We don't know that.
Dispatch runs a maxed out call all day telling protesters where exactly ICE has been spotted and how they can best be impeded. Here's a photo.
And how they can best be impeded. Okay. So wait, if we have groups of people that are organized and planning, so now that could fall under conspiracy, I believe, right? Not like conspiracy theory tinfoil hat, right? See, on the Red Space Marine channel, we have a whole different kind of tinfoil hat, right? Am I gonna have to get like the Saran wrap? What are we the Saran wrap channel?
Unvetted chat, while on a shift, please put emoji in front of your signal name so we know your role and location. Mobile patrol, stationary patrol, foot patrol, dispatch, hyperlocal group messenger, school/transport safety spotters, license plate checker, medic, aftercare provider. They all have special roles, special functions. All right, guys, I'm patrolling on foot. Well, I'm in my car driving around. This is insane, and now the lid has been blown off. It goes on. For each occupation or shift position, protesters have to undergo training.
You have to pass the test, essentially. You have to pass the test. If you don't pass the test, this is probably how they are weeding out, how they're gatekeeping infiltrators. This is probably how they're gatekeeping infiltrators, by making you pass a test.
It's unclear what that training entails, other than numerous slides of instructions. I've seen it mentioned repeatedly. Who is paying for all of this? Almost looks like a training. They've got almost like a PDF or a PowerPoint presentation that you've got to work through to go through your training. And they're all talking about their training here. Now, by the way, I actually have some of the training material. I'm going to show you. I was able to find this on my own. I'll show you what that looks like here in a minute, but hold that thought. Cam Higby goes on to say, excuse me.
Okay. So they've got, I don't, what is this? Minneapolis or whatever? Bloomington. But they've got this area, they've got it sectioned off. Huh.
Each chat for a specific part of the city has smaller districts broken up within it called, quote, patrol zones, which guide the ICE chasers on where they should be or position. They have the entire city mapped out. All right, guys, I'm doing a foot patrol in zone 2A. All right, I'm doing a car patrol in zone 4B. This is highly coordinated. Sharing our Bloomington patrol.
Yeah, that is highly coordinated, I would want to say. If they have these areas, like, mapped off, so that way, like, one, everybody has a role and an identification. You have to have passed training, and there's certain areas that you're going to be in. Foot patrols, car patrols, license plate, trackers.
Zone map, which is loosely based on city council districts. You want to talk about RICO? You want to talk about a RICO case? I think we've got it. Listen, all of these people. It gets worse, though. You guys have seen nothing yet. We're going to keep going here. Here is a screen recording of their license plate database, as well as a link to its instructions.
A link? So, like, that's like a hyperlink or whatever, right? So how come, like, we don't... Do we have this link? Like, do we have this link? Like, that's the hyperlink or whatever on screen, right? Do we have this link that we can go to this? We could pull this link up and we could go to the ice plate search.
What do we have here? Full screen this. Docs.proton.me is the website. Access the data. Ice plate search.
Docs.proton.me. They have a disclaimer. Protect your documents from data breaches, surveillance, and AI training. Now, it makes sense that people would want to do things privately without surveillance and the monitoring and all that. And a lot of the times, that's a totally honest thing to do. But there's also other times where, you know, you want to have non-monitored time. It's like how it's how like Signal is the privacy version of normal messaging. Oh, okay.
The tool linked above.
I don't even know what Signal is, to be honest.
Quickly looking up license plates. It accesses the Minneapolis ice plate data set along with plate data sets from other sources. Shocking.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking. It's so absolutely shocking. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. What can we do? Nothing.
They have instructions and material on how to check all of this stuff, how to quickly scan the plates. Confirmed ice, masked or uniformed ice agents seen in the vehicle. Highly suspected ice. They've got different like threat levels. Confirmed ice, highly suspected ice, suspected ice, and cleared not ice. Unknown, the unknown category. And so they are categorizing all of the license plates they can into a massive license plate database. Here is a screenshot of the active dispatch call. It's always active, as well as a shift change. You can see folks are changing their emojis, clocking in and clocking out. Clocking into work, clocking out of work. Look at this. Moody changed their profile name to Plate Moody. Now Moody is monitoring plates. This individual changed their name, so they're changing their emojis depending on what their job is. They're clocking in, clocking out, so you know exactly how many license plate observers you have, how many foot patrollers you have.
White Chevy Silverado with the newly changed plates with the coexist sticker on the back. We're on Irving and Lake Street, going north on Irving.
So he's here listening to this is their 24/7 dispatch call.
Isn't like the coexist sticker like the Jesus fish or something like that? Isn't it like the Jesus fish, and isn't the coexist bumper sticker like a can't we all get along type of symbol? And it's like, that person has a can't we all get along symbol. Track him. That could be an ICE member. Only someone deviously, devilishly evil would have a coexist symbol. Get him!
We seem to be the only commuters following. Just wanted to give an update on our location. Thank you.
This is insane.
Yes, I do.
So this goes on 24 hours a day. I'll play another.
This is insane. That these people are collecting together and track and essentially like investigating everybody to see to try to see who's ICE. And, you know, it's like unconfirmed ICE, unknown if ICE, possibly ICE, potentially ICE. I'm pretty sure this is ICE. And there's people out there who are clearly willing to commit great levels of violence towards ICE agents. And I'll get into it. I'm not like totally pleased with ICE. We'll get into that in a bit. There are people who are clearly willing to murder ICE agents. How is not making a tracking database only making that job so much more easy, like so much easier for the people who want to murder them, and so much more dangerous for the federal agents? I mean, this is all a hypothetical at this point, potential. Hypothetical gunmen and hypothetical psychos. Right. Right. And so far, I agree with Curry, where it's like so far, as far as I can tell, they're not doing anything illegal. As far as I can tell, up to this point, I don't see anything up to this point that's like anything illegal. You can drive around, you can walk around, you can observe, you can record with your phone, you can record license plates with your phone. Anything you can see from public, you can record. You can write down inside logbooks. You can make public chat rooms. You can make compiled lists of information. All of these things are perfectly legal.
Snippet. Play this.
These 5 observers are on there. KM, I'll probably have you stay on that F-150, but anyone else that's on this call that is currently on that F-150.
Hold on, I just gotta check, just because Streamlabs is saying, oh, it looks like everybody left. All right. Good night, Curry. Good night, Curry. Curry's gone. He's gone. That's a shame.
I think we could use our resources and energy better.
This is insane. You want to talk about insurrection? You want to talk about insurrection? You want to talk about, dare I say, far-left domestic terrorists doing every single thing they can to undermine ongoing federal law enforcement operations? Insurrection. Just wait until you hear some of these names that are involved in this. I haven't even read that to you guys yet. He posts more recordings of them tailing vehicles, tracking vehicles. A new group chat for each zone is made every single day. The chats are dated and then deleted at the end of the day to delete the evidence. This is likely to avoid detection, record keeping, and consequences. It's a vetted chat for teachers. Turn off your biometric detection software on side of your phone so that you can't be. This is so that if like their phone gets subpoenaed or something, they have preemptively turned off the biometrics. Wow. These people know what they're doing. And you know what's crazy? They call us brown shirts. These people are out here on the streets saying, ICE, you're a brown shirt. If you voted for Trump, you're a Nazi. Look at this. We have...
So hold on. Risk level and considerations, stationary patrol. Table of contents. Best practices guide for neighborhood and area patrol. Table of contents. Introduction. Patrolling, commuting. Mobile patrol. Be as safe as possible. Work in teams of 2 or more with different roles. Stationary patrol. Stationary monitors. What to bring. Foot patrol. Information for all foot patrol. Patrol decision tree. AA chat information. Chat emoji information. Risk levels and considerations. WH sites. identifying abductors and vehicles, ice encounters, salute, commuting useful information. Okay. There's lots, salute. Size, activity, location, uniform, time, equipment, and support. Okay. Chemical first aid, what to do if you're detained as a responder. If detained by ICE as a responder. Cross-posting info from local attorney consortium. Feel free to share widely. Okay. Well. That's certainly very interesting that that's going on. Okay. What do we have here?
We're talking about something very serious today. Throughout the video, you're going to see my shirt changes. It's not some...
All right, let's just do this.
Some kind of like crazy, wacky, magic trick from America's Got Talent or anything. I actually filmed this video earlier this morning when the story first broke. It's the killing of Alex Preddy in Minnesota at the hands of border agents. And I made the video, but I was pretty heated and I wanted to kind of simmer down and take a break. So I went out before posting it. I just got home. And now even more angles and videos have been released that show beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is a 100% unjustified killing of an American citizen here. And it seems like the execution stems from them finding out that he had a gun on his person.
Now, this is actually what I woke up to this morning. I woke up to having this video sent to me. So, I don't know.
His Second Amendment rights. In all of the videos that exist, there is not a single moment where he is reaching for the gun, brandishing it, threatening with it, or anything at all, and we have video that shows the entire interaction from start to finish. His name was Alex Preddy, a 37-year-old nurse who worked in the ICU at Minneapolis VA healthcare system, and according to the police chief, he is a U.S. citizen with no prior interactions with law enforcement outside of a couple of...
Now, I'm pretty sure in this video here on Charlie's video. So it's roughly around here where this guy, I think, has just pulled the gun out of his holster. And you can see this guy here, you could see him, he's reaching for his gun. This guy is going to walk away with Alex Preddy's gun, and this guy here is going to shoot him in the back.
His open hand, no gun in it.
Yeah. No, this one's I think is like an open and shut case of that. This is like the guy.
People, the fuck is wrong with you?
It was non-violent, and yes, he had a gun on him. He had a gun. He's legally allowed to have a gun.
I'm going to stop the video right here because this is when Alex...
The Second Amendment gives him the right to be able to carry a firearm, and I'm pretty sure he was open carrying. You know, and if he had a concealed carry permit, that's a different story, but he has the right to carry a gun. He has the right to protest. He has the right to record. He has all of these things. And that this is terrible, what happened to this Alex Preddy guy. Because clearly it escalated from 0 to 1,000 in
Preddy gets shot to death.
Very, very, very little amount of time. Right? He's he's got a gun and he's at a protest. Now, I did look up what is it? Is it legal to carry weapons to protests? And about half of the states, about half of the 50 states have it so you cannot bring guns to protests or to government buildings and stuff like that. Like, you're not allowed to do it in these two things. About 50 of the states, or not, sorry, about half of the 50 states, you're not allowed to bring guns to protests. Minneapolis, which I believe is where Minnesota is not one of those states. And as far as my limited understanding of that goes, that means it is legal to bring a gun that you're legally allowed to have, right? Of course, we have to make sure, I'm not talking about anybody with any gun, because there are illegal guns out there. But if you're legally allowed to bring a gun and you're law-abiding and you're all this stuff, that's your right as an American. You have the Second Amendment. You have the First Amendment to allow you to speak, to express, and to record, freedom of press. And this man, his life was taken by this ICE agent. It just seems like there was full escalation and no de-escalation, even in a situation where they had absolute control over this guy. Like, he's down, he's face first, his hands are out. They've disarmed his weapon, and then they shoot him in the back. This one here is a real shit show. Right, where there's no gray area. It's not like, what was that woman's name? Good. Right? It's not like with Good where, I mean, did she drive into the guy, right? Using a vehicle as a deadly weapon, right? All of that kind of stuff that there was that distinct gray area to it that makes you go, oh, well, but this side, and then, well, but this side, right? And giving strong arguments for this one. I don't really feel there is like a strong argument against it. I saw, what was it, Kristi Noem? And what did she say? It's like he brought a gun, a loaded weapon. He was there for violence against the ICE agents. He has the right to carry that gun. Right? I'm pretty sure that this scenario has many people on the left, obviously very upset. Also, very many people of like the NRA, like the Rifle Association. So people who are very, very adamant about the Second Amendment are also very upset about this. So there's an interesting odd bedfellows right now of people that are against this, because often there's many people like that are on the left that are also against the Second Amendment. Right? There are many people who are against Americans having the Second Amendment, or I mean, American and non-American alike. There are many people who say Americans should not have the right to bear arms. And so I interpret that as, if I was the tyrant, I would take away, or I would either take away their rights, or no, of course I'm not taking away their rights. I never recognized them having that right in the first place, and I can't take away a right that I don't recognize them having. So there's always that. The people who say Americans shouldn't have the Second Amendment, and they're mad about they'll be mad about this scenario by default. But then there's also the people who are Second Amendment, supporters, and they're going to be against this by default. And these two people, generally, these two groups are like, I want to say they are not compatible with each other as bedfellows. You can't have people who want to take away your rights to something and people who support your right to something. They're both teams. Both of these groups are mad about the same thing, and for them to get along or work together, fucking impossible. Except for unless there's people lying through their teeth. But this is a horrible situation. What happened here? Clearly, this officer here, or this group of officers, there's zero de-escalation here. It goes from this Alex Preddy guy waving on traffic with a camera in his hand, right? Waving on traffic, to slipping on ice, being tackled by the agents, being flipped over, pinned, arrested, disarmed, and in the moment where it's somebody saying gun and disarming him, there's already an officer mag dumping the guy. As if the situation's not under control, or all of these people are really panicky. That shows a severe level of I want to say control over the situation, which I want to, and I mean the situation I want to say was under control, but I mean self-control. And it's while all these people are here and they're all teaming together to get this guy apprehended or whatever, and for whatever. Ultimately, I still side with that. This guy here, the guy that shot him, he is the most culpable here. His action, this guy needs to be held accountable, in my opinion. Because that was definitely not a good shoot. Where the he's pinned, he's held down on his belly, arms are out, as far as we know. I don't know, I can only imagine. Maybe I'm making stuff up now. There's 6 guys there. Let's see, we got gunman. 1, 2, 3. That looks like a 4th right there, I think, unless that's him. 5, maybe 6 right there. So there's somewhere between 4 and 6 people there holding this guy down. He had a permit. Yeah, they disarmed this guy. They disarmed the guy. He's pinned down. Was it concealed? And he had a permit. See, at that point, there's so many things wrong with this. There's so many things wrong with this. But these guys here, I do not necessarily want to bundle them all up in complacency with this guy, because this, seeing the video with how fast it goes, gun, guy gets the gun, pulls it out, and then this guy reacts and pulls his gun out. There is very little time for any of the rest of them to have reacted to gun guy going hold your firearm, for anybody to say stop. I want to say this guy acted alone. This guy acted alone. He reading the details. He heard gun. He saw the gun being passed by one of the other agents, and he panicked. And he like, I don't think that this guy had like a grudge or anything other than panic, really. Which isn't good. That's not good. You don't want panicky people behind a trigger. You don't want people that are going to misread the room behind the trigger. Gnome is an absolute clown. Where's she from? Which one's Christy Gnome? Was she one of the Republican candidates during the during 2016 or 2015? Was she one of the Republican candidates? Like, so when all the Republicans were going up and they were kind of debating each other and shit-talking each other and who was going to be the nominee to run and represent the party? Was Gnome one of them? I forget. One of them had this kind of Stifler's mom sort of quality. I forget. She had like dark hair and like a white stripe in it, like Rogue from the X-Men. Is that Kirsty Gnome? Is that Gnome? Is that her? Which one's that? Which one's the one where she's got a white stripe in her hair and she's got like a Stifler's mom sort of like sort of quality to her? Is that the one? Am I thinking of the one? Who cares? Who cares? But yeah, I'm clearly not in support of what happened here. Like, on one side of it, I think that immigration enforcement is important. That nations should have sovereignty and should be able to decide who can come into their country. That illegal entry to any country is wrong and should be punishable, and that the people who enter into countries illegally should be removed from the country. I don't think this is an unreasonable take. Because the country collectively is all of our home. And let's say you live with a bunch of people, you have a bunch of roommates, and one of them likes to leave the doors and windows unlocked. And anybody can come in, and you say no, and you lock the door, and you look and there's somebody on the couch that just walked in. You don't know who they are. Actually, nobody knows who they are. And you ask them to leave. They don't leave. Well, I mean, you potentially could, act yourself. Or you get police and ask them to leave, and you remove them from your home where everyone's living together with your roommates. This doesn't sound unreasonable, does it? So, of course, I support the idea of there being border patrol, border control, immigration enforcement, and people who shouldn't be in the country, who are in the country illegally, should be removed. All of that, totally fine. Federal agents gunning people down, gunning disarmed people who are on their belly being pinned, federal agents executing people shouldn't happen. But Slathe, didn't you just say that the other one was a gray area? Yes, I did. The other one where the woman was in her car and the officer got in front of the car, sure, the officer got in front of the car, but if the officer's in front of the car, you don't put your gas on. He didn't get into the way of the car as it was moving. It was stationary. Right? Like, it was stationary when he was in front of the car. He didn't dive into the danger. The danger was created when she started moving. She was told to leave she was told to exit the vehicle. She didn't, right? She was not obeying lawful orders. Believe it was unjustified yourself, but at least there's a case. Yeah. No, on the other side, there is a reason, there is reason to make an argument for this. It shouldn't have happened either way, right? Like, just to make this clear, it's terrible that this woman lost her life, and I'm not going to take any other side other than that. It is terrible that this woman and that now this Alex Preddy guy have lost their life to these federal agents. This is a tragedy, and it definitely needs more oversight. It needs, I don't know. We need more supervisors. We need more accountability. We need something on this one, right? Like, do these ICE officers have body cams? You know how the body cams protect you, the citizen, and protect the officer? They protect the officer from you sometimes, and in many ways. And they protect you from the officer, from lying. Right? The body cam is meant to be there to protect from lying and to support accountability for federal officers, for police officers. The guy who shot Renee Good had a body cam, and that video was released. I don't think he did have a body cam, Curry. I think he was holding a phone. I mean, unless there's something I didn't see, his camera perspective, right? His perspective cam is a camera that I'm pretty sure he's holding in his hand. Unless, I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they don't have body cams. That the ICE agents don't have body cams. I'm wondering what the reason for that would be. Like, why are these guys not being held accountable? They should be. Like, I almost think, you know what? I think any federal agent or representative should have a body cam. I mean, I think your elected officials, your elected representatives should all have body cams. So that anything that's done officially under the position of a federal representative, be it a police officer, ICE agent, governor, mayor, the president of the United States, or bring it into Canada, right? The prime minister, leader of the opposition. Well, the Stephen Harper party's alive and well in Canada. So they should all have body cams whenever they're doing any of their federal work. So that way, shady business behind closed doors, we got body cam. The body cam keeps everybody honest. Everybody. But then at that point, why not just have a full maximum Big Brother sort of society? Why not have everybody has a body cam at all times? But Slathe, what about people's privacy? Well, then let's dial this back once again. Everybody who is part of the government in some way, whether it's like a police officer, because they're a government, they are like a federal representative or whatever, federal officer or so at that point, right? Police, politicians, put body cams on everybody. You're signing a document, you're making a deal, body cam footage. You're talking to a foreign official, body cam. So we can pull it up and we can translate it ourselves if we need to. Body cam. I don't know, maybe, am I going too far with it? Body cam. Yeah, but that's terrible. That is terrible what happened. So I am not very pleased with what's going on there with the ICE agents and stuff like that, obviously. That's really fucked. Does this just like keep degrading and degrading? That's 720p. Let's bring it to 1080p. Well, that's not going to work, is it? Because it's going to... Yeah, alright. Well, that was worth a shot. It was worth a shot, I suppose. Will it stay or will it get worse over time? Wasn't that lovely? Great. Well, that's the politics. I don't know. What do we do now? Do we start talking about ghost videos? Let's start watching some ghost videos. Right? It's 12:30. We can watch ghost videos, right? Oh no, hold on. Let's check
Guys,
in.
I've truly been corrupted because why am I fantasizing about doing a 4 men and me video?
What is the
Again?
multiple men at once?
Listen, guys, I was going through a situation and I really wanted to do a gangbang.
But why didn't that let the world know that?
Yeah, it's not that many people.
It's promo, babe.
Promo.
Okay.
Why are we bullying Summer today? Is the next one me again? Oh, good.
Don't scroll down, Mary. Read that.
Do men even like going down on women for real? Be honest, I will message you.
Okay, question on this.
Do men like going down on
Is it a
woman?
deal breaker if a guy won't
What
go
is
down?
what is
Deal
what
breaker?
is with this weird trend where people like I don't know what's the current generation of young adults and people now where they can't say women, which is the plural of woman. They say woman instead of women. Like, they don't understand that they are two different words. They say woman instead of women. I don't get it.
It's different.
It's very different. The smell.
Why is it different? You've done both to me. Is it different?
You're gonna go to sleep? See ya, Curry.
Naturally want to do things like that. That's it. Also, girls have
men
many
naturally
more
want
craving
things to be
it.
done
They
All right, let's see. What do we got? Curry's going to go to sleep, so let's watch some ghost videos. Let's see. Oh, this looks scary.
A man and his partner had been dealing with something deeply unsettling inside their home.
Is it this guy's teeth? Is this what's unsettling? You know what? You just said that they're dealing with something unsettling. And you know what? I think I see it. Did you see it? Did you see the unsettling thing? It's right there. That's... What is this?
For several days, they kept returning to find their living room and kitchen completely disturbed. Pillows scattered across the floor, as if
I don't
someone
trust this.
wasn't strong for all.
Okay, here we go. Actually, here's some footage. What are we looking at?
The footage clearly proves one thing.
Why
The
are you
cat
recording?
Is innocent. But it also confirms something far more disturbing. There is another presence inside the house, one they...
No, it does not confirm that there's a presence inside the house. That's just narrative spin. That's just narrative spin. You know what it confirms? That a broom fell over. It confirms that they have a broom. And that they were recording the broom just before the moment that it fell over. Convenient.
Never invited. Turn shifts completely, closely. See if you notice what they did. After a second clip was shared, viewers in the comments began forming their own theories.
I'm just finding it really convenient that of course, they're standing in front of the thing. Hold on.
So watch closely. See if you notice what they did.
Once again, this could all be fishing line, right? Because
After a
fishing
second
line
clip
could
was shared,
easily fit
viewers in the
in
comments began
the
forming
gap
their own
between the
theories.
door and the wall.
Many said the movement felt
And
exactly like a child.
The cat feels like a prop. They're putting the cat down so that way they're getting a reaction. You're forgetting the obvious answer? What's that? Welcome in, Bam. You're up early. The obvious answer. The ghost did it? Rogue Jedi powers,
Spirit.
yeah.
But what made it more unsettling was that the activity didn't stop when the sun went down. Watch this.
Why are you standing in this room with the light off, recording, like, the chair? There's just so much, like, why are you here recording these things? That makes it really suspicious. Do you just go, what, you're just sitting there and you go, oh, the rocking chair is going up. Boo. Oh, it's door slide open o'clock. Boo. Right? I'm surprised the cat's not sitting on the chair. Are they gonna, like, throw the cat at it? Ah! This poor cat.
How do you explain a chair slowly rocking on its own in the middle of the night? Almost as if someone were sitting in it, gently pushing against the floor with their feet. That single detail shifted the entire conversation. Some viewers pointed out that nighttime activity like this, entire conversation. Some viewers pointed out
Oh, wait.
Activity like
Wait, what's this? Hold on.
did the entire
What's this? What's this shiny, really thin thing right here? What is this? Is that a reflection on the wood? I think that it's in the dark, and we're seeing a chair rock back and forth, which, once again, I hate to just keep saying it's fishing line, but it's probably fishing line. That's like faking a ghost lesson number 1. Fishing line. fishing line, and an object. Ooh, a fulcrum. Ooh, spooky fishing line.
Conversation. Some viewers pointed out that nighttime activity like this usually means a presence has grown comfortable. Maybe too comfortable. Others believe the moving chair.
See, now it's just more fluff. It's adding more and more fluff. You know what? I don't want to listen to this guy. This is going to be 30 minutes of fluff by an AI voice. I don't want to listen to this. I don't want to listen to this. Ghoul Man. Oh, we got Nuke's top 5. Oh, we already did that one. Sir Spooks. Ugh. Slapped ham. Oh, it's slapped ham. It's slapped ham. Oh, I'm Caleb from Slapped Ham.
How you doing? I'm Callan, and this is Slathe. We've got some scary videos for you today, so hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content, just like this.
Okay, wait, hold up. You know what? Now I kind of feel like I need to add slapped ham in Fallout 4 with like these neon lights somewhere. Somewhere in purple I need to add slapped ham. Just because it would be kind of funny. Right? It would just be kind of funny.
He just keeps staring down the hall like he sees someone.
Our first scary video of the day comes from TikTok user Goopy Whoopie, and it did.
Goopy Whoopie? I think we know where the ghosts are. The ghosts are inside the Goopy Whoopie. Alright, let's listen to Goopy Whoopie.
Didn't take long for it to unsettle viewers. The young woman was home alone late one night when her dog suddenly began acting out of character. It starts barking aggressively down the hallway, fixated on something the owner can't see.
This is like an AI
Confused
picture,
and a
but like,
little
what's
shaken,
wrong with...
She pulls
Wait,
out
what the
her
hell?
phone and starts recording.
The hell?
He just keeps staring down the hall like he sees someone. What was that?
Go get him, pup.
If you watch closely, and especially if you brighten the footage, something disturbing becomes visible at the far end.
What was that?
Did it do like a little dance? What was that?
Shadowy shape appears.
It jumps in
the hallway.
Whoop, and then it does like a little dance. What was?
The dog's reaction only adds to the unease.
What was that?
Viewers quickly flooded the comments, with many convinced this is a classic shadow figure caught on camera. Others tried to explain.
Can we like slow that down?
In it away.
See, this could just be like camera artifacts as well, because it seems like it's causing some kind of like shadow or reflection onto. See, other than a digital effect or like their friend. Wait, what's going on up here? Why is that extra? What was that? Okay, you know what that looks like to me? All right. You know what that looks like to me? Right there? And then with that in mind and with whatever just happened here, what that looks like Can I point it out any more clearly of what I actually think that looks like? That whatever happened at the top of the screen looks a lot like when you turn the threshold down on the background removal. Performance. Lower GPU usage, but good quality. Good quality, better quality. What's good quality? This is good quality, but this is better quality. Okay, we'll just keep that, sure, whatever. Better quality. So that's what that looks like to me, right? When you turn off, because something all of a sudden, this area here turns completely black. Right? And also, like, why is there so much shadow coming up in the, up the top of the, like, there's so much, it's getting so dark. Yeah, that one, other than digital effect or like their buddy in like a black blanket, I'm going to say that one's harder to explain. I can't just say fishing line at that one.
This next clip has sparked a lot of debate online and left some viewers genuinely unsettled. Shared by Reddit user Cincinnatian, the CCTV footage comes from inside a small convenience store with high ceilings where the owner was working completely alone. Everything looks normal at first, the shop is quiet, no customers, no movement. Then, with...
You always gotta love in these stories where they have to add in, it's an important note, it's an important detail to note. They're always alone. Oh, well, of course, they're alone, right? Anytime where they have to add in at the beginning of the video that the person was alone, it makes me, it raises questions and makes me kind of wonder, how alone are they really, right? Well, of course they're not alone. The ghost's there. Yeah, of course, the ghost.
Without warning, this happens.
I mean, if the sunglasses start, like, floating up in the air and start, like, you know, moving around. So, once again, fishing line.
The owner's sunglasses suddenly
Earthquake.
dropped straight down
Maybe I
from
guess
near
it
the
wouldn't be an
ceiling,
earthquake if
landing on
nothing
the
else was
floor in the
moving.
middle of the store. What makes this especially strange is the layout of the space. The glasses were last seen resting in the office area, well away from where they eventually fell. There's no shelf above them, no vent, no hook, and no one else in the building. The owner reviewed the CCTV multiple times and even sketched out the layout to show commenters exactly where the glasses were and where they ended up. There's no clear path, no angle that makes sense. Some viewers believe this is a classic example of the disappearing object phenomenon, or DOP, where everyday items vanish and reappear in impossible ways. Others take it a step further, suggesting this could be evidence of a glitch in reality itself. Others take it as an example of the disappearing object phenomenon, or DOP. Some viewers believe this is a classic example of the disappearing object phenomenon, or DOP, where everyday items vanish and reappear in impossible...
Wait a second. How long is this video here? It's going from 0 to 24. Is that 24 hours? Is that 24 minutes? What's going on here? 12:36. Okay, so that's probably 24 hours then, if that says 12 there. But wait, then that would be 13. Okay, that's kind of halfway, yeah. Looking at it there. I was gonna say, now, to like really apply a lot of skepticism, do we know that this timestamp is real and that this isn't just like a quick edit? Like with how easy you could make static footage of something, right? And then have something kind of disappear, right? Like, I know this isn't exactly what it is, but it's like you could have like a static object, a static background, right? And of course, wow. And then suddenly, the ghost appeared, right? Like, could you imagine? Can you imagine that? Like suddenly, wow, this real footage of real Slathe ghost. The Slathe ghost is here, right? And if I put a timestamp right here, like, is that real? Like, I mean,
possible ways. Others
Slathe
take it
the
a
ghost,
step further, suggesting this could be evidence of a glitch in reality itself, a moment where the simulation stuttered and the object simply re-rendered in the wrong place. Of course, the skeptics argue there must be a mundane explanation, perhaps something overlooked, but after watching the footage closely, even they admit one thing. Whatever caused those glasses to fall, it wasn't obvious. And for the man working alone that day, it remains completely unexplained.
That's trying to disprove this to keep my secret. Oh no, it's because if I'm dead and I'm a ghost, right? It's me trying to convince myself I'm still alive by debunking ghosts.
If you haven't yet, check out our merch store.
It would be me resisting being dead by saying this all has plausible explanations, so thus I cannot be a ghost, for there are plausible and rational explanations for things. Come on, didn't you ever see The Sixth Sense? Come on, watch a movie.
So it's the perfect time to grab a tee, hoodie, or sticker. Hit the link in the description.
Slapped Ham, go check them out.
Магазина мясо и видишь вот такую ногу.
The fuck is that? Did we just end up in, like, the wrong town in Fallout? The fuck is that? The fuck is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? Oh no.
When it comes to scary videos, this next one certainly has the irk factor. This little creepy clip has been doing the rounds on Reddit this week, and it's left a lot of viewers seriously unsettled.
Когда идешь мимо магазина мяса и видишь вот такую ногу, и думаешь, this is human, yes, bro? Human.
The video was uploaded by Reddit user Bin D, and it shows the butcher's section of a supermarket in an unknown location.
Когда идешь мимо магазина мяса.
Lying in the display case is a large skinned limb that looks disturbing.
This has got to be like AI or something, right? There's so much stuff being made with AI. Oh, like, if there's some supermarket where they're selling meat that looks exactly like a human leg, I think some of the problems are though, is that I don't think this is how, if a human leg was severed like this and was skinned, I imagine, right? I don't know if I don't know if this lines up with what, and also like we saw the end here, right? And it didn't seem to have any like bone or anything there. I don't believe that that is what a human leg in that state would look like. I'm going to go with that this is absolutely fake.
Human.
Human. Pakistan, Pakistanistan. Понятно.
A Pakistan leg. This has got to be AI. Hold on. What does it say there? Pakistan beef shoulder fresh. Come on. What does that say? SHLDR, shoulder fresh. This has got to be AI, right? What does it say there? Chicken Lives Brazil. This has got to be
The
AI.
resemblance is so unsettling that the person filming actually asks the butcher behind the counter if it's a human leg.
И думаешь, this is human, yes, bro? Human.
The butcher doesn't laugh it off, he doesn't explain. He simply replies with one word, Pakistani.
This is human, yes, bro? Human. Pakistan, Pakistanistan. Понятно.
That response only adds to the confusion. The clip quickly went viral, racking up more than 16,000 upvotes and over 1,000 comments, with Redditors trying to figure out what exactly they're looking at. Some say it's just an unusual cut of pork. Others suggest lamb, prepared in a way most people aren't familiar with. But even those explanations haven't fully eased the discomfort. Many viewers admit that even knowing it's almost certainly animal meat, the image is still hard to shake. Whatever the explanation, this clip proves you don't always need ghosts or monsters to feel unsettled. Sometimes reality does the job all on its own.
Магазина мясо и видишь вот такую ногу. И думаешь, this is human, yes, bro? Human. Pakistan, Pakistanistan. Понятно.
Oh, it's Jurassic Park.
Is going viral this week, coming out of Puerto Rico.
I've seen Jurassic Park. I know what's going to happen. This is where the box comes in and it's like, shoot her.
The footage was filmed late at night while the homeowner was inside their house. Everything seemed calm at first until their dog suddenly began barking furiously toward the jungle just beyond the property. Without warning, a large tree deep in the forest begins to violently shake.
That dog sure is barking.
What was behind the movement? And then simply stops. The poster's husband cautiously approaches the bed and reaches to movement under the bed covers. In another piece of footage captured by a security camera, the movement is even clearer.
Why is there a security camera pointing at their bed? Why is there a security camera pointing at their bed?
The poster's husband cautiously approaches the bed and reaches toward the moving covers. Whatever is causing the disturbance does not react.
Why is there a security camera
stops.
pointing at their bed? It's the ghost of the mouse.
Another video posted by
They have really big roaches.
shows the same phenomenon. The OP lifts the covers, expecting to find an animal, but the bed is completely empty. Finally, user Banda
Send the cat after
4142 captured nearly the same thing. He returns to his bedroom to find the covers moving on their own, as though disturbed by something just beneath the surface environment in a way we can't see.
What's really odd about that is where the paper flips.
All I can say is I've experienced supernatural things. And
In a recent interview on the Flynn Effect podcast, Billy Corgan made a series of remarks that,
as being a traveling musician,
not votes, an important detail day. Entering our solar system freely categorized as we'd like to believe, and sometimes the most revealing answer is the one that isn't given at all.
That's the most revealing answer. The one that isn't given at all. It's the most revealing answer. It's the only answer. That's how it is. That's how it goes. The answer? If you want the answer? The answer is 5, 4, 3, 2.